Try that again. Good morning, everyone. I'm a little late here today. I'm glad that you're here. Hi, Carly. Hi, Wanda, Carmen, Catherine, Peter, and Russell. Good morning, my friends. Take off my hat. I don't need that today. Hey, thanks for showing up for meditation where 2 or 3 are gathered. I am there, is what Jesus says. And that's a multiplication thing that happens with spirituality when we gather together. The collective nature of our inner light is magnified. And although I just took off my glasses, I'm going to put them back on because I'm going to read a little bit today to you out of the Classics of Western Spirituality series, Jacob Boehme. And this is from 1662. And it applies not only way back then, but directly to us. Hey, Charlie. Good morning, Andrew. So I'm going to read a little bit here. The student said to the master, "How may I come to the supersensual life so that I may see the divine and hear the divine speak?" The master said, "If you can sweep up a moment into that which no creature dwells, if you can sweep up a moment into that which no creature dwells, you can hear what God speaks." The student said, "Is that near or far?" The master said, "It is in you. If you could be silent from all willing and thinking for 1 hour, you would hear the divine's inexpressible words. If you can be silent from all willing and all thinking for an hour, we can hear the divine speak inside us." The student said, "How can I hear when I remain in silence, in thinking and willing?" The master said, "When you remain silent from thinking and willing of the self, of self, the eternal hearing, seeing, speaking will be revealed in you. If you do this thing, if this, then that, if this, then that, the will be revealed in you, and the divine will see and hear through you. If we succeed in quieting the ego, the egoic self, our own willing, the divine sees and hears through us and in us. Your own hearing, willing, your own hearing and willing and seeing hinders you so that you do not see, hear, or will the divine. We are in our own way. And lastly, the student said, "With what shall I see and hear the divine, since the divine is above nature and creature?" The master said, "When you move silently, then you are that which God was before nature and creature. When we move into silence, we become that which God was and is before nature and creature. Out of which the divine created nature and creature. Then you will hear and see that which God saw and heard in you before your willing, seeing, and hearing began." What Jacob Boehme means here in 1662 is that if we enter into a silent space, if we can, as we often talk about here, quiet our egoic mind, then the divine presence, which exists outside of time, outside of nature, outside of creaturehood, is perceivable and hearable inside us. And it's not sight like looking through my eyes or hearing like hearing through my ears. It's the divine presence itself that then enters into us more fully because we're no longer in the way. It's our willingness and our ego that prevents the divine from being present. And so we use our willingness to cease willing. That's what we do in our meditative life. When we center inside ourselves, when we aim our heart at the divine, when we silence the egoic mind, we enter into the presence itself. So the student said to the master, "How may I come to the supersensual life so that I might hear and see the divine and hear the divine speak?" You sweep up a moment into that which no creature dwells, and then you enter into the presence. You know, all through history, all across the world, all through history, this is Jacob Boehme, all across the world, all through history, mystics have been saying the same thing for centuries. Centuries. Silence enters, when silence enters one's being and one's heart is aimed at the divine, the next thing that happens is the divine reveals itself in us, and then we get to rest inside the presence. It's that simple. And all we need to do is aim our heart at the holy, and it peels away our egoic mind. So, thanks for joining here this morning. Andrew and Kristen and Anna and Karen, Deanna and Sheila, and I'm seeing in the back here. I'm going to pull this over just a little bit, just to neaten it up a little bit. There we go. That's a little better balance. So I moved a bookshelf over here the other day so that I get to have access to my books more easily and more readily. Anyway, so today we're going to begin with the Om, 3 ohms, kind of energize our meditation, verbalize it, resonate our heart chakra, resonate our throat chakra, resonate our third eye, our single eye. When you make your eye single, your body will be filled with light. And then we're going to relax. And then we're going to meditate for 20 minutes, center ourselves in prayer, aim our heart at the divine, use our mantra like a butterfly in your palm, and let it fade away and focus on your breath and all those things. And if you want to know more about how to use centering prayer, I've got some videos on that. Hi, Flubber and Andrew. You're welcome, Andrew. Uh, I have some videos on that on my channel, and they're in the Meditation Made Easy series, and I can drop one in somewhere in the comments later. So, is everybody ready? I've got my mask here. I like to, as I say all the time, I like to reduce my sensory input. I shut off all my speakers. Put my phone on airplane mode. I'll be in a dark space. I'm sitting straight up. I'm relaxed. My feet are on the floor. My hands are on my lap. I'm going to breathe nasally into my belly when I'm meditating. And when I chant, I'm going to breathe into my chest. If you want to know more about meditation and the practices of it, just contact me or take a look at my website. Is everybody ready here? All right. I'm going to pop on my little mask here. And I'm going to begin with 3 ohms. It's belly and lungs, 4 ohms, and belly for meditation and centering prayer. 3 ohms together. Relax. I was reminded yesterday of something that Yogananda said, that meditation is like milking a cow. You fill up the bucket, and if you talk too soon, you kick over the bucket. It's true. In my private meditation life, I never jump from meditation into life. I give myself a little space to ease back into my day, into the awakened state of my daily living. And I suggest the same for you. Take your time coming back to the world. No need for rush. Oh, did you get the video, Coralie? It wasn't working for you. You're welcome, Catherine. I think it worked for others, though, Coralie. If you like this video, please like the video, subscribe, click the alert button. Don't miss any more meditations, and come to Not Church on Sundays. Let me know what you want me to talk about, please. Let me know if the videos are working for you. And let me know what I can do to help you on your spiritual path. That's what this is all about. It's not what I'm teaching. I'm trying to help you find your way into the divine presence, to find a way to cease your will so that the will of the divine can be yours. End duality so that you can enter into the oneness, so that you can have the presence of the divine, as this video is called, the presence of the divine here on earth. Heaven here now. More about the history of meditation, how far back. Goes all the way back to Panagore. What's that, 5,000 years ago in India? It's a long time. Meditation goes back a long time. The Sutras of Panagore, which is worth reading, slow reading. There was a glitch. You got it straightened out. Thanks, Corley. Is our higher self imperfect? It's more perfect than our bodily self, but compared to perfection with a capital P and the oneness of being, the light itself, yes, because it is created. But it is so much more perfect than us. And ultimately, in the divine self, when we become enfolded in union back into the fullness of being, there is perfection with a capital P. When I was dead, my soul had my consciousness, my self had no structure that I can describe to you. And I was awash in the ocean of love, of perfection. I was less than the perfection, but I was also filled with the perfection. It's a paradox. It's two things at once. It's being in the perfection in full and still being less than. Sort of like, as I've described it before, a singular photon, one photon superpositioned, one among a googolplex of photons. So I hope that helps a little bit. Do you have examples of the text accounts for future talks? Sure, I could do that, Russell. Let's see here. This is one of the copies that I have. This is a translation by Sri Swami Satchidananda, and I'm trying to find this has a lot of commentary in it, which is very helpful, but I'm trying to find a copy that's just the sutras themselves with no commentary. If you know of one, let me know. I don't want to have to buy 15 of them to find it. This is the very old texts. That's what I'm after. That's why I go back in history. Why do I read the ancient texts? I read them because they get handed down over centuries because they work. That's why. I go back far to read them. Lao Tzu, Pantajali, Buddha, Jesus. The older the text, the better. 1662 with Jacob Boehme. Hearing ancient accounts of meditation and mysticism adds to the gravity and the power for me. Same thing here, Russell, for me. That's why I go back to the ancient things. That's Chuang-Tzu, Lao Tzu, Rumi, Kafir, all these people, all these ancient writers. You're welcome, Anna. Thanks for liking the video, everybody. Peace and love to you all. I'll see you again soon, next Monday for morning meditation, or if you're elsewhere in the world, whatever time it is there for you, it's Sunday for Not Church. Peace and love, everybody. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. Peace and love. Thanks, Charles, for that super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for your support, everybody. Thank you, Charlie. Peace and love, everybody. See you soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Chris.